in ages as well. I have not seen it for a long time. And for good reason. It hasn't been the strongest in giving him the early space he would want around these grubs.
Yeah, it was actually on the first reset that both of these top laners had. ZDC getting a nice chunk onto Zika. So instead, it looks like LNG going to fight in the mid lane, but looks like the gravity well actually stuns up two, forces Haichao to flash away with the Arcane Storm coming down on top of him. But here comes Zika. That's a Wukong top lane, and he's level 6 with that Tiamat, and will pick up the first kill of the game as Assume goes down in the mid lane at the cost of the grubs going over to EDG.
That was possibly the single best gravity well I've ever seen. I don't think I watched those stun multiple champions
for the team. Rest of the squad really likes playing that front to back, but Zika will have the opportunity to go a little bit more aggressive throughout these team fights. And we'll say though, despite the fact that that kill did go LNG's way, EDG did pick up all 3 of the grubs.
Slightly more mobility on your carries. The Varus is still going to be jumpable, but that's not the same thing for the Corki. And the Corki does so much of this team's damage. If he's able to weave effectively through these fights, that could be big. Ooh, this could be risky though for ZDZ. We'll see if he oversteps up here.
Yeah, meanwhile, there's a potential dive going on the bot side, but we're going to look up towards top first as the Cyclone comes out initially. There goes the Glacial Prison as well. ZDZ will fall here in this 2v overall with all 6 grubs secured.
It is, but not even having to use the cleanse right there for Photic's huge. You don't want to lose the cleanse right now. Losing cleanse flash and potentially your life would have been a massive disadvantage.
Oh wow, they clear all the wave down on that top side. ZDZ already chunked down about 500 HP as the Arcane Storm chunks way down to 40%. A lot of poke going down as all 5 members of EDG are up on the top side. They need to make this happen, and they do. Shutdown going the way of Zhao Hao, and now Wink is crashing down onto Weiwei instead, turning his targets towards Zhou, who has to flash away. Wind becomes lightning, knock up, and Zhao Hao picks himself up a double kill.
Huge double kill going through. Haichao gonna be able to
he got it
up the tower. Yeah, he just... Wait, no he didn't. Really want to be going backwards though, whereas LNG, they're much happier to go back. Right now, EDG, they've got the fast track onto this fight. Oh no.
Oh wow, Chain of Corruption and that piercing arrow with all those blight stacks forces Zhao Hao down to about 400 HP. Was not able to get the Crescent Guard off in time, so he will be forced back at least to one of his camps to try and heal up a little bit, and that gives LNG first track towards this dragon if they want it.
Yeah, but EDG, they're just going to peel off, pick themselves up a bot lane tower as well, making this play work for them across the entire map with the 6 grubs. That one's going to fall quite quickly. Let's see, though, there could be a steal.
Another thing as well, EDG, if they pick up this dragon, that will be the feats of strength going over their way. About 300,000 HP. It's going to go and reset. And so it looks like just going to be a trade of towers as well, as Haichao doing a really nice job of picking up those objectives where he is able to buy that time. And now back to the Infernal Dragon. Now EDG go. Both teams been just sticking around this bottom side. Weiwei going to try to go for a steal. It should be a 50-50, but it is secured by the Xin Zhao. Teleport comes in from Haichao as they want to fight this in a 5v5. And Zika has himself a tremendous flank. It's a 3-man cycle. He's going to land that knockup onto Asim and Zhao Hao once again, but there's just no follow-up, and he will go down. Bullet time is blocked by the Brahmi. Very well.
Up right here by EDG. Haichao is there. He's just going to spot this one out. Everybody knows that this is happening, and it takes so long to take it. Yeah, Wink is taking such a chunk.
So it forces LNG off of the dragon at the very least, but I don't know if they're going to be able to finish off this objective. It looks like, once again, they're just going to peel off, but it seems like overall, EDG get what they want in the short term. However, now, the Otacon buff did not actually fully reset, and now it's only at 5,000 HP, and Zhao Hao is going to have to make a tough choice. Does he try to go for the flip, or will he not even be able to with a big Glacial Fissure coming out from Zhuo? He's all very down, very low. The Arcane Storm doing a good amount of chunk as well. Here comes Zika, lands a Cyclone only onto Assume, and takes a big chunk in response. There comes the bullet time. He's going to burst this down, and the revives are secured by LNG. Wink goes in, but all will be for naught, as it'll just force all of LNG to head back to base, and Haichao doing as much damage as he can before he likely will eventually head back to the fountain as well. The Gatling gun doing a big chunk of damage. He will be able to get the shutdown on the Zhao Hao before heading back. It's a double kill here for the Corki, and even though all 5 of LNG head back through those modified respawns, they pick up 3 kills in response.
And that's exactly what you want to do. I question a little bit the decision out of EDG to go fully in there. And we can't even talk about the fight that we just saw because LNG on the quick reset head straight back on over to the Baron. It is recognized as happening, but 14-15 seconds until Xiaohao's back up.
Yeah, Wink gonna try to take the Hex Gate over, but Azarel not gonna really be able to do too much, and he just might find himself into a pretty sticky situation. Okay, he will be able to go back to bases. LNG have other plans, it seems like, and that could actually be attacking ZDZ and then breaking open this top tier 1 turret. And that, again, is the power of this Voracious Otacon buff. Even though you're able to, technically kill all 5 members as EDG, doesn't matter because the death timers for LNG are just way shorter due to the buff, and they make their way over to the Baron and are going
taken by your opponents. There's then a full commit to going in to try and get extra kills down, try to get rid of those buffs. But Voracious was just nerfed. You now don't actually get to keep it for that long. All 5 members of EDG continue to step up. Hang on, we're going to jump straight out into a team fight.
Yeah, Zika found the initial Cyclone here, but here's the response, though, from EDG. Zhuo goes down, as Assume picks it up here with the bullet time. Now ZDZ might have called out Haichao. He's the big carry here for LNG. He's not even going to get a trade onto the Jin Zhao, and the Arcane Storm goes its way onto...
They're at least going to lose this mid lane tier 2, and that's a huge injection of gold. A ton of big shutdowns picked up as well. Haichao had a massive one set on top of his head that you've now managed to collect for EDG, and they pulled this gold gap back down to just over 1,000 gold. They're also going to pick up this Hextech Drake that had been sitting here left alone, uninterested in by the teams up until so far. They haven't really been able to step up to the towers. There's still 2 tier 2 towers remaining, same as their opponents, despite the fact that they had a Baron buff. ZDZ gonna get jumped.
Yeah, now Zika and Haichao looking to go on to ZDZ. Zika does have the flash if he wants to try to land a second knockup, but he's not even going to need it. ZDZ will get shut down. Haichao picking up his 4th kill. Big players for LNG. Haichao nearly 3,000 gold ahead of his lane opponent and does have 4 items right now. But EDG as a whole looking very aggressive, and they're actually the ones pushing the tempo here. Xiaohao goes forward, pops the Crescent Guard, and here comes Wink with a 2-man Magnet Storm. On the other side, though, that's a flanking Corki, and Zika lands a 3-man Cyclone to try to one-shot the backline. That's Assume going down. That's Angel forced to flash away as well. The Arcane Storm doing a good chunk of damage. Not enough just yet, but ZDZ is able to pick up 2. He's able to pick up another one. He's able to pick up so many kills. That's a triple kill here for the Jace. And EDG somehow are able to run away with that fight. They get 4 kills with only Haichao standing.
What a weird, messy fight that one was. It looked like LNG had put themselves in a great spot with a flank. You had the Wukong and the Corki, the 2 massive damage carries and threats, get onto the backline, get a flank off, and you'd think that would be enough to pick up the win. But everybody is just of a fight, and just an unfortunate set of angles for LNG, where they needed to pick up those 3 kills onto the backline. They weren't able to do so quick enough.
Yeah, and we made it to about 33 minutes into the game before we had to mention tank Jace. ZDZ hasn't done too much here in this game other than get bullied by Zika in lane. But now with that 4th completed item, he's going to be a problem for the remainder of this one. But speaking of problems, it looks like Wink is in a hell of a one as he just gets bursted down as LNG just pull up a Death Brush strategy of some sort. Now Zika lands a Cyclone onto ZDZ. The tank Jace not tanky enough, pops the shield. The bullet time is blocked by Zhuo, barely not able to take anybody down. But now Angel will pick himself up a triple kill with the Arcane Storm. That is a large ultimate, burning down LNG. Photic, the last remaining survivor. It's an ace here for Edward Gaming. They've got 3 and a wave towards mid. They might try to end this game right now.
Yeah, with 6 grubs, EDG, they're going to take down these towers very quickly. 40 seconds on the death timer, so it's a long time at this point in the game. And it's another great team fight out of EDG. Fnatic Deathbrush style. Love it when teams pull that one out. And LNG, they set that one up. That was their play. It goes wrong once again. EDG, they're going to be able to pick up